So today we find ourselves in Bournemouth for a SeaDog rally. SeaDog is the boat that my father and mother used to sail for like 30 years. We've been coming here for probably 15 years now, meeting up with loads of people. For those of you that don't know what a SeaDog is, we plan to look at one later on Sunday afternoon. Let's find the others. There we go. We've got Iswiz, fresh out the swimming pool. And Ian watching the darts. It's the final. And this is our really cute family room. It's a bit more space than we have normally.
So the SeaDog Association have been holding these get-togethers for 30 years now. It's a way of letting the members meet up and share stories during that time of year when perhaps it's a bit cold to want to get the boat out. They've been to various places throughout that time, but for all the years that I've been going, they've gone to this place, the Elstead Hotel in Bournemouth, who've done a great job of looking after us. The idea is that people make their own way down there on Friday or Saturday morning in preparation for a nice sit-down meal Saturday evening where we can all enjoy each other's company and share stories of the sailing that we've done that year. Then, after a good night's sleep and breakfast the next morning, there's some more formal events. There's nearly always a talk from someone. This year, it was some cruising adventures around France, making use of the shallow draft and the easy ability of a SeaDog to dry out. There's also some technical talk. No better place to discuss your problems with a SeaDog than amongst 50 odd other people that have all got SeaDog and have probably had the same problems as you at some point in the past. There's also normally a Dutch auction. Members bring along bits and pieces they don't want anymore and sell them on to other members, with the proceeds going towards the class association. It's a great way of clearing out the garage and raising some funds for the class. Anyway, this is all good fun, but for us we generally don't get to join in much with that. Not because we're not interested, but because, let's face it, our 10-year-old daughter Elizabeth isn't. She's much more interested in the swimming pool and the gym that's in the basement, so we tend to do that on Saturday. And then Sunday morning, with Bournemouth only a mile away, we go out and find something else to be getting on with. On this occasion, we thought we'd do our best to keep up with the likes of SV Delos and Sailing the Vagabond. See what you think.
Well, we always wanted to be the YouTube channel that would show you coral reefs, beautiful fish swimming, and we sail on the Midway.
It's a bit cold and miserable for a swimming costume, but we're going to do the next best thing. It's the Bournemouth Aquarium. We've got tickets. Gonna go and see the fishes. So anyway, that's enough of that. Let's get back to what this film was meant to be about. The SeaDog. Let's go take a look at one. This is a SeaDog. So before we take a look at this boat, let's talk about SeaDogs in general. They were first introduced in 1964, designed and built by Reg Freeman. They proved popular, with production continuing for many years, well into the 70s, and only very minor design changes throughout this period. You see, they offer a pretty unusual combination of qualities. They're heavy displacement boats, but they're good enough and tough enough and sail well enough to cross oceans. And yet with their relatively shallow draft and the ability for the triple kill version to take the ground, they can also squeeze up any muddy creek you might happen to want to go up. And then when you factor in things like a deep, safe cockpit with a fixed glass windscreen to keep the worst of the weather off, perfect for your average British summer. And then you've got things like both masts are on tabernacles and can be lowered without outside assistance. So if you don't want to cross oceans but want to go through the French canals, it's perfect. Anyway, let's do this waffle. Let's take a look at this one, because it's a little bit different from your normal SeaDog, although you'll still see what it is that made the SeaDog so popular.
Looks very tidy.
It's freezing in England.
It's also got solid handrails all the way around it. Very seaworthy little boat. Called SeaDog. Lots of SeaDogs have their names named dogs or after dogs, or like Hannah grew up on Wagtail. You can see where that came from. Anyway, they're all rigged as ketches.
So if you need me, I'll come and find you. We're just waiting for the man to turn up.
This one's got a solar panel on the back and some davits, as well as a wind generator. It looks in really good nick. You've got to bear in mind this boat is a 70s boat, so getting on to 50 years old. And it was one of the very first, they were one of the very first Class 5 boats, so it's looking amazingly good condition for her age. You can see the triple kills here, and the fact they only draw 3 or 4 foot. Yeah, don't draw very much for what is a big heavy displacement boat.
Not sure I made it completely clear, but things like the solid guardrails and this doghouse are all extras on this boat. Ordinarily, it'll have the normal wire guardrails and a permanent glass dodger on the front, not this big doghouse. Another thing this boat had, which isn't normal on the SeaDog, was that all the sail control lines had been led to the cockpit. It's kind of a modern day invention that, isn't it? Because boats of this era would normally have the sail controls on the mast. But it does mean that you don't have to get in and out of that big doghouse, and you can actually make use of the fact that you are sheltered from the elements.
Don't know how much of this will come out in this light. By modern standards for a 30-foot boat, it's small. That's the chart table area, and supposedly a quarter berth, but I can't see any way anyone sleeps underneath that.
What you do is you lift this up, and then this is your seat for your chart table, you see? I remember. And then your father will leave that up and you'll fall down the steps when you come out.
Let's go forward to the head.
Ta-da!
The head's actually in the heads. These windows, Hannah points out to me, this little channel used to catch the condensation from the window. Modern boats forget a lot of the things that are learnt on old boats, don't they?
Well, and I think these doors are fantastic.
Yeah, the way the washboard fold all the way down there.
Why nobody kept that design going, I don't know.
Because engines go there now, don't they? The engine on this is underneath the floor.
It's a pain actually working
Yeah,
on one of these.
there's plenty of space, but it is all on the floor. And the cockpit
It's not very big.
is very seaworthy, but not very big. 2 people fill it up.
You can't lay down in some pain.
But it does make you very secure.
Another thing SeaDogs had was this separate aft cabin. It's what you might call cosy, and normally there'd be just 2 single bunks in there. This one had a double bunk, which made it even cosier, but did make more use of the space. Anyway, hope this gives you some idea of what a SeaDog is all about. They're not for everyone, but those that have got them love them. And if you think you might be one of them and like to see one for yourself, this is a good boat. If you're interested, I recommend you take a look. I'll put a link in the description. Anyway, that's it. I'll let Hannah say goodbye.
Happy sailing!